Jai Shri Ram. Today, the 10th day of Ramayana recitation and narration. Yesterday, we saw and we heard the Sambhashana between Bharata and Lord Rama. Lord Rama made him understand that it was his duty to ensure he carried out the word given to his father. He said he won't be able to come back to Ayodhya till the time the 14 years exile is completed. He justified Bharata, saying that it is his duty to take care of the people of Ayodhya as a responsible king. He made him understand his duty and told him to proceed back to Ayodhya. We'll go further on this narration. Before that, a small stuti again for our Bhagwan Ram, and this is sung by the soulful voice of Sri Jagjit Singh.
जग में साचो तेरो नाम तेरा मेरा तेरा मेरा तू ही माता तू ही पिता है 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 तू ही तो है राधा का श्याम तेरा मेरा
So, with the name of Bhagwan Ram, let me take your permission to go forward. Jabali, a priest that came in the party, now presents his say in the matter. Rama, there is no such thing as the persistency of a personality. He who has Dashrata has now dissolved in the elements. Carrying out therefore the orders of a non-entity is a mere sentiment not based on truth. Ayodhya is drowned in sorrow because of your presence. Sorry, because of your absence. Please go back and give them joy. While you live, enjoy the vast empire that is at your disposal. Do not discard the pleasures of life on baseless beliefs. Rama objects to the materialistic outlook of the priest, denying truth and dharma. So here is a priest who is trying to explain Bhagwan Ram, the importance of coming back to Ayodhya, leading the life of a king. And he is asking Bhagwan to forget the word given to his father. In Kali Yuga, this is possible, but this we are talking about Treta Yuga, when man and his relationships were near perfect. Bharata presented another alternative. To the parent, one son is as dear as another. A duly allotted to one may as well be executed by another by mutual adjustment. On that basis, Bharata volunteered to be in exile for 14 years and persuaded the able and popular King Rama to take up the administration of Ayodhya. But Rama ruled out the proposal on the ground that it was expedient for social and political purposes, but not for the practice of truthfulness. Making the father truthful was the criteria. Bharata now turned to the assembled group and complained, "My brother shows no pity on me. I shall lie down here and fast unto death." Bharata was pleading because back in his mind, he had this thought that all this had happened because of his mother, because she wanted Bharata to be on the crown. The guilty feeling was going so strong in him that he was not able to come out of it. Rama, brother, this is not the way of a hero. May you know the issue and face it with manliness. The entire retinue of Bharata were now veiled. We came here in search of you, our protector. When you show no mercy to us, we feel forlorn. Our united appeal absolves you from your father's commitment. Please do return to Ayodhya. Rama says, the ocean may dry up, the Himalayas may become bereft of snow, the sun may lose its luster, but Rama shall not make his father false to promise. In order to make his father truthful, Rama shall be in exile for 14 years. So there was no looking back for Rama. He said he will continue to be in the exile, and that was the word which was given to his father. Bharata, Rama is my God. I shall never sit on this throne. For this reason, I disobey my parents. Bharata was also very much stern on his stand. He did not want the throne with his brother hanging in exile. He did not want all the greatness which comes with a kingdom of a king. He did not want the power, no materialistic joy. He was keen to ensure Bhagwan Ram, his brother, was back to Ayodhya. Here Vashishta, the sage Vashishta comes in. We shall find a solution. Let not Bharata sit on Rama's throne, but let him rule the kingdom as Rama's regent. The parents' pledge also is therefore fulfilled. Bharata, brother, I agree to look after your kingdom as your deputy. Your sandal shall represent you on the throne. According to my pledge to my mother, I shall not enter Ayodhya in your absence. From Nandigram, on the outskirts of Ayodhya, your regimes will be carried on to the best of my ability. Rama embraced Bharata and approved of this idea. He gave him a pair of wooden sandals on which he placed his feet as a symbol of royalty. Bharata, hey adored brother, I take a pledge before you. If you fail to return to Ayodhya on the day following the 14 years, you will not see Bharata alive. Uttering your name, I shall consign my body to fire. Rama, hey Bharata, I promise my return. Further, I have request to make of you. You should on no account harbor ill will towards your mother. See, that's the beauty of Bhagwan Ram. The person who was responsible for him to go into exile, the person who was responsible for the sorrow of his father, the person who was responsible for the death of his father. Bhagwan Ram had no ill feelings for Kaikai. He tells Bharata, hey Bharata, no, you should not harbor any ill feelings. She is your mother. What she did was for your benefit. So never have bad ill feelings for her. Bharata is serenely silent. This magnanimity is characteristics of Rama, thinks he to himself. Uttering Rama's name, he returns. Reports the development to sage Bharadwaja, settles as an ascetic at Nandigram, and carries on Rama's administration with the able aid of his ministers. So here, Bharata is returning back to Ayodhya. He has the sandals of Prabhu Ram as symbol of his presence in Ayodhya. The sandal will be decorated on the throne, and Bharata will ensure he rules the kingdom as his deputy. And he has promised he will never ever enter into Ayodhya till Rama returns. So here he is also actually living the life of an exile, the way his brother is living. He has renounced all the happiness, his parents, his mother, his wife, everyone. So it's important that we also know the importance, the greatness of Bharata in Ramayana. So here we come to the end of Ayodhya Kanda. So now, tomorrow onwards, we will be starting with Aranya Kanda. Till that time, I take your leave. Again, praying to Bhagwan Ram that let him take care of all of us. Let us chant Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Because in Kali Yuga, chanting of Lord Rama is same as doing multiple yajnas which used to be done in Treta Yuga. Today in Kali Yuga, we as mortals have very far limitations. We are limited. So it's important that we chant Bhagwan Ram's name and ensure we continue to harbor peace and harmony for everyone. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Jai Shri Ram.